My parents sold my lake house to fund my sister's $150,000 wedding. They laughed, saying, "Thanks for the wedding gift." I just smiled and told them, "Check your mail." Their faces froze when they opened the letter and saw what I'd done. "Hi everyone, I'm Audrey, and I'm 34 years old. You know, there are some betrayals that just rip your world apart. The kind that don't just hurt, they fundamentally change who you are. For me, it was discovering my own parents, the people who were supposed to protect me, had secretly stolen my most cherished possession, my sanctuary, just to fund my sister's ridiculously extravagant wedding. And what followed? A battle for justice that shook my entire family to its core. See, this lake house, the one my grandfather, Jack, left me, wasn't just some property. It was everything, my sanctuary, my future, the most treasured thing I owned. And then I found out my parents had secretly sold it to bankroll my sister Hannah's over-the-top wedding. Something inside me just shattered. Our family always had this weird pecking order, right? Hannah was always at the top, shining like the sun, and I was somewhere near the bottom, just orbiting her. But this betrayal crossed a line I never even knew existed. Grandpa Jack, he was the only one in my family who actually saw me. While my parents were always so wrapped up in Hannah's latest drama or demand, Grandpa Jack, he'd take me fishing. He'd teach me how to fix stuff, tell me stories about growing up. He was this self-made carpenter, built that lake house with his own hands back in the 70s. And from the time I was 5 until I left for college, every single summer was spent there. It sat on 3 acres of prime waterfront on Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire. It wasn't fancy, not by today's standards. Just this rustic, 3-bedroom cabin, but it had this massive stone fireplace, beautiful wooden beams, and windows that just opened up to this breathtaking panoramic view of the water. The dock, it stretched 20 feet into the lake, and I spent countless hours there, feet dangling in the cool water. The boathouse held his old fishing boat, and the canoe he taught me to paddle when I was 7. Every single corner of that property, it just breathed memories. My childhood, it was defined by that place. When Grandpa Jack passed away 6 years ago, everyone just assumed the lake house would be divided up or sold off. But no. In his will, he explicitly left it to me. I can still hear the lawyer's voice reading those words. "To my granddaughter Audrey, who appreciates the value of hard work and solitude, I leave my lake house and all its contents, in the hope that she will find the same peace there that I did." The look on my parents' faces? Pure shock. My mom, she recovered fast, slapped on a smile that didn't reach her eyes, saying, "How wonderful, Audrey. You always were Jack's favorite." It sounded congratulatory, but the tone? It screamed, "You cheated." My dad just looked disappointed, probably already calculating all the money they'd lost. And Hannah, who was that full story added in below.